y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, this video is going to be about making social media as a career choice and how to do it. Well, first of all, you need to think about what can I do? And I'm a professional at something. Do I have a particular skill? Do I have an activity? Do I have something that I can put on social media? And if you want to make it as a career choice, which means you need to monetize it, you need to pick a platform that allows monetization. And to me, I think YouTube is probably the best, unless you are a large, like a Twitch streamer or somebody who's done well on Kick, which is a newer platform. It's been around for not too long. But they have made deals with people giving them contracts for millions of dollars. If you've already built your social media a little bit and you're becoming successful on one social media app, being brought over to another social media app, if you're reaching out to other social media apps and you do have a large following on another, but you're looking for something better, people have done that. Other creators have done that. They've jumped from one app to the other. You can do that. But the beginning is you really need to think about what app you want to be on. You need to think about the content that you're going to produce. And if you are, say, a hair and makeup person, if you're into cosmetology or something like that, that's a fairly wide field here on YouTube. There's tons of hair and makeup, and in the beauty community, there's a lot of channels. You can watch those channels, see how they present themselves. If you have a unique idea, if you're somebody who likes cooking, you may not have a career, or you may not have an education in a certain field that can provide for you, that you can make videos in a professional way to give advice or to give people knowledge of that particular subject. That's a way you can also make content. I don't have a degree. I'm not professional in any particular field. I do know certain random things. So I run a vlog on my channel. It's more like a vlog style topic channel. If I was somebody who had a degree in, I don't know, accounting or business or something like that, a lot of people have made very successful financial channels. They've gone down a road that, on YouTube especially, giving advice like that, especially if you have a degree or you work in a business or an industry that has a name for itself, you can attach that to your social media channel, and you can that pretty much guarantees you at least some success. The other part is you know, what is your personality? What kind of person are you? How do you present yourself? How do you act? What is the vibe of your channel? And that is your brand, basically. Yourself, you know, the way you present yourself is going to be a brand. And many people have capitalized on that. Mr. Beast is probably the biggest example I can think of. And I want to say Jenna Marbles, in the very beginning, she was like I would say one of the pioneers of social media. And she was very successful in the very beginning. She had a huge following. She made a lot of money early on in the early YouTube years. And there's many creators that end up doing that, and they're very successful. And you really don't need you don't even have to have a degree. You don't have to have a huge career. You can start from the beginning with nothing. You literally can on YouTube, and you can be successful. If you have just a phone, a regular phone, you don't even have to have any fancy equipment. And that's what I thought in the beginning, because I didn't start YouTube for a long time, because I thought, well, I need a computer, and I need all this equipment, and I need microphones and lighting and all this stuff. And I started to watch more YouTube videos. My YouTube viewing was mostly for, I like to watch cooking shows and animal content. and motorcycle, car content, stuff like that. And that's usually what I stuck to, is little things like that, and comedy. But then as I was starting to research more subjects, I Googled something, and I was always referred to a YouTube channel. I just started to Google everything. Then I just started to go and skipping Google and just going straight to YouTube, because it is the second largest search engine behind Google, which Google owns YouTube. And it is the go-to place that people go to for videos to show them. I had a car mechanic that was trying to figure something out one time on a car I had, and he Googled it. It was a very specific thing, and he goes, well, let me Google this. And it was about a certain particular part, and he Googled it or YouTubed it. And I was amazed. There was about 40 or 50 videos concerning that one particular part that he was trying to put into my car. And it wasn't even, actually, he wasn't a mechanic. It was at AutoZone, I think. It was one of those, I want to say O'Reilly's or AutoZone. And he was putting a small part in my car, and he just YouTubed it, and then he was able to do it. And I was amazed at that. I was like, oh, that's amazing, you know. And it was a very particular, I can't remember what it was, but it had a part number and all this, and he just immediately pulled it out and did it. So he's done it. I realize he probably does that a lot, you know, and he was able to fix my car, to put the part on or whatever I needed. I can't remember what it was. It was a long time ago. And those types of videos are, you know, they're very central to, like, in that field, it was mechanics. So if you know something about cars, if you know something about food, a particular, a niche, what people call a niche. Sometimes you can niche things down, which is a very particular idea within a subject, that you can niche it down to several different, you know, you can have different videos, like a playlist actually, for, you know, somebody who does makeup, this brand of makeup, you know, and they show different products from that brand, or how to do your hair, how to cut hair this particular way, or something like that. So believe me, if there is a need for somebody to find information out, there's a video somewhere on YouTube, in the vast ecosystem of YouTube. You're going to find it. You're going to find something, or something very, very close to it. Or you may be the one that you find almost the video, but not particular, that exact little niche. Maybe you are the person that can put that video on there. You may go viral. You may be the, you know, the go-to person for that particular consumable content that somebody might need for their particular usage. So, you know, pick the platform, pick your ideas, pick the way you want to present yourself, how you want your channel to look. You don't need any fancy equipment. I use just a regular phone. Record your videos on the phone, and make sure that for YouTube, you need to have your phone, you know, lengthwise this way. For TikTok, you know, you have the long video. And for shorts on YouTube, you also need to turn your phone this way. So you think about, do I want a long form video? Do you want a short form video? Even if you do turn it this way, you can make short videos out of, you can, you know, make clips from your shorts from a long lengthwise video. You can do that. But if you're doing it specifically for like TikTok, or you want to make a YouTube short, then you would probably need to turn your phone that way. But for a regular long form video, make sure your camera is this way. Make sure the sound is up. Sometimes you need to check that. There's one time I was making a video, and I was into it about 3 or 4 minutes. I had stopped to, I stopped to do something, and then I rolled it back to check something, and it had no sound. So always check your sound. Make sure you check your sound. Do a little sound check. And the lighting, I'm in my car. I have a small house. I have a lot of dogs. They make a lot of noise. Anytime, if I think they're going to be quiet, the moment that I need to make a video, they start barking. So I use my car. It's like an office to me, and it's soundproof most of the time. It's snowing outside here. It's, in case you didn't know, the wind is blowing. It's probably blowing like 40 miles an hour, I guess. I don't know. It's very windy here. And the snow is not sticking though, but this is like a soundproof box, a soundproof room, you know, that I use. It's not completely soundproof. Every once in a while there's loud noises. There's a train here, and there's a church bell that rings, and then sometimes in the summertime there can be kids walking around. I'm parked I don't like to make my videos in my driveway because it's just kind of weird. My neighbors probably think, why is she sitting in her car for an hour, you know? But I pick a place. I have several places I can go to park, and I make my videos. And usually I can get away from most of the people. I have certain spots that I pick. I set my camera up. I have like this little attachment thing that attaches to with the suction cup, it attaches to my windshield. I've got like 5 or 6 different type of little tripods. I have one that I can sit on the front of up here on the dash. I want to order this one from the TikTok shop that hangs down from your dashboard, or not your dashboard, your visor. And you know, you really don't need a whole lot of equipment. I've got probably way more equipment than I really need. I have different types of equipment that I've tried out, just random, not cheap equipment I got at Walmart or off of eBay or Amazon or something like that. And so really, I would say just your phone and maybe a little tripod or something, some way to set your phone up if you want it to be steady. Because if you're holding it by your hand, it's going to shake. Your hand gets tired. I've done that a few times when I couldn't find my little tripods or something. And maybe lighting. If you're able to do it in a room, like in your bedroom, in a garage, living room, wherever you're at, natural lighting is the best. It's the absolute best. And I do have, you know, some good natural lighting sometimes that comes through. The light right here now, it's kind of okay. It's just really cold, blustery. It's like the weather here is really awful today, and it's cold. I'm bundled up, so you know, you can kind of think about, you know, do you want the aesthetic of a room? Do you want lighting? You can buy track lighting, the stick-on lighting that you put on the ceiling. I see it going down in the corners of people's rooms, and I do actually have some of that. And when I do get more settled, when I finally do move to a larger place, then I do have an idea of an aesthetic of how I want my room to look, my social media room to look like. And you can do that with, you know, look up different forms of lighting, research that. Some people have a softbox, which is it's a big, huge light, and it usually comes on a big tripod, and it's like a big light that's in a box, and it's usually like about 2 to 3 feet wide or something. That's like a professional lighting system. Or you can get just small little, well, I don't have one, I did have one, but you can find these little small lights. Actually, I think I might have one in here. Oh, okay. Like this light right here, I bought it I think I bought it at Walmart. It clips on to, it's sort of like a little tripod here, but the little part is missing from I lost it, I don't know where it is, but it also came with a little light. That's the main part of this. This is the main reason why I keep this. And somewhere is oh, here it is. It's got a little button right here. Turns on. It's not very bright right now, but the battery has a little battery. You can change the battery out. You can find little gadgets like these at Walmart, on YouTube, on eBay, Amazon, TikTok shop, all kinds of places to get equipment for content creation. And this one, it has several different light settings, but it needs a battery change. And I do have, like, if you're going to make videos where you are roaming around, This is a handheld, oh, let me see if I can bend this. I don't know. This is a handheld camera holder that you can put your camera in here, kind of. And with mine, I have like one of the phone cases that's really thick, one of the rugged phone cases, and it doesn't fit real well into here. I can kind of, if I take the case out and put the phone in there, it works really good. But I don't really use this because I don't roam around making videos. I thought I was going to. Maybe in the future, I don't know. And it also doubles. I do use this actually as a tripod. Well, I forgot how to do it. Tells you how much I use it. But it does, you know, the legs bend out like that. And you can make it into a little tripod and make videos that way. And you really don't need that much. You don't need that much equipment. So to get started, you really don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You can do it with just a phone, maybe a small light, $10, $5 light. And some people, I do have a microphone. I don't have one plugged in. My phone picks up sound pretty good. You can actually get good quality sound with most phones nowadays. But if you're outside, you might want a noise canceling phone. A noise canceling microphone. And you can buy those on the TikTok shop. I've seen them in eBay, other places too. And they're usually $10, $15. So just minimal equipment, an idea. Also, if you're going to edit the videos, or if you're just going to post them just with minimal editing, it's really easy. I was not good at editing. I didn't know how, but I find that KineMaster or KineMaster, I don't know how you really say it, but to me it's fairly simple. It's even I can do it, and I am not very good with computers. I can barely work my phone, people. And I have a YouTube channel, but you don't need a lot of knowledge, but you should learn more to progress more, and that's what I'm trying to do. And small equipment, big ideas. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Where are you going to do it at? What's your location? Is it in your house? Are you going to be roaming around town doing interviews or whatever? Whatever your platform's going to be about. And if you want to monetize it, pick a platform where you can be monetized, and think about the way you present your channel, how you present your content. Is it advertiser friendly? Because YouTube really cracked down on a lot of the vulgarity, the curse words. If you know Moist Critical Charlie, he used to say some of the most vulgar things I've ever seen, but I loved his channel. I've always watched him. It didn't deter me, but I always thought, wow, he's gonna get, you know, one of these days they're gonna change the criteria on this app on YouTube, and they did. And they started to crack down on the cursing. And I don't even know what the rule is. I think it's like the first 30 seconds, or I don't know. It's no cursing. If you're going to curse, try not to curse in the front of the video, and make it very minimal. And think about, you know, how you want to present yourself. What do you want it to sound like? You know, is it family friendly? You know, can people watch your video in a public setting without a bunch of really vulgar content coming through? Because some people won't watch videos. I don't, if it's got a lot of vulgarity in it. You know, I'm in a public place, I don't watch it. I wait till I'm at home, and I may forget about it. You know, I've done that lots of times. I don't remember every video I want to watch, and I try to save for watch later or something like that, but I don't always get to it. So think about, you know, can somebody watch this in a public place, and can they just pull up my channel and just start watching it with them not worrying about it? Because that cuts you out of viewership if people aren't watching your content. And then if the people aren't watching your content, advertisers are not going to be flocking to your channel if you want to make it into a monetized form of a career choice, if you want to make it into a job. And social media is a job. So think about, you know, where am I going to do it at? What platform? What is my idea? How do I want to look? What kind of equipment do I need? And those are the main things you really need to think about to start. And you can start so easy. You can start a YouTube channel so easy. Post your first video. It is so easy. And social media is the future. It is the entertainment of now. It rivals the three major movie channels. YouTube, people watch more YouTube than the three major, I think it's Netflix, I can't even remember what they are. I read this like last year or something, that people watch more YouTube videos than they do the three major movie channels. Three paid movie channels. And also it cuts into people's viewing of TV and movies, going to the movies. People watch a lot of social media. It's their form of entertainment. They also educate themselves now. People can self-educate by watching videos that are DIY, do-it-yourself, or how-to videos. A lot of videos that gain a lot of traction are evergreen type of content, which means content that you make where people can watch over and over and over. It's not time sensitive, it's just subject sensitive, where if I need to know how to do this, I can just look it up by how to do this. You know, how to, literally typing in the words how to and whatever you're looking for. That's evergreen content. Content that stays, like evergreen trees grow all year round. You know, they don't die out in wintertime. They don't lose their leaves. It's evergreen. Same thing with your content. And if you're making content that is like news-centric or celebrity-centric or something like that, something that may have a lifespan of, I don't know, say a few months or weeks or something like that, and then people lose interest in that. That can be good for making a lot of views, fast time views, and especially if you're going to be consistent on that. That is a type of content that you would have to stay up on. If you're reporting on celebrities or something of that nature, you know, things that are in the news, political things, the climate of, you know, or things, current events, you know, current affair event type content, then you have to stay consistent in order to get views every single week. And you will be making a lot of, you'll have to make, you know, I would say weekly, maybe bi-weekly content to keep up with that, to keep your viewership up, and to keep people coming back to your channel. Because once there's a news event, most people, they might come back to it once to maybe to research something, but after a while they forget about it and they go to something else. But evergreen content of how-to and DIY type of content, educational type of content, that stuff stays on, and more and more and more and more people, they can use your video timelessly. There's videos on YouTube that are 10, 15 years old that I watched of how to make this, how to do this. And that's how I learned to make tamales. And one of the main recipes I looked up about 15 or 20 years ago was how to make tamales. And I learned how to make it off of YouTube. So think about that kind of content. What do you want to, how do you want it to be? Do you want really fast spiking, viral type of content, which would be like I said, celebrity or newsworthy, stuff like that? Or evergreen content where it's longevity and it may have a slow roll to it at first, but it does build up, or it may just go viral because people, they just are looking for that particular content at that time and it gets hit on. So think about how you want to, what kind of content you want to put on your channel. Okay, I hope this video helps people. If you're thinking of making social media as a career choice or just an active type of activity that you want to do just for fun, even if you don't monetize it, if you just want to just put your videos out there, put yourself out there, then get started. It's not hard, it's easy, it's minimal to start out with. You can grow as your subject matter grows, your content grows, your channel grows, your community grows, and hope you have a lot of success and enjoy the journey.